Welcome to Sumita Roy's English classroom. I'm Professor Sumita Roy. Today we shall talk about a very important item of grammar which many of you have been asking for. Gerund, participle and infinitive. All these form a single category because they are called non-finite verbs. The term is non-finite, which means they are not finite verbs. What does finite mean? Finite means that which can do the function of a verb, that which can show an action or an existence, this or possession. These are all functions of verbs. So non-finite verbs cannot do the function of verbs. That is what we shall talk about. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe for the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Watch all the videos already uploaded in the channel, but watch them fully. Like and share the videos. Also, comment about what you have been learning. I have seen that of late you are commenting very nicely. And one person who has also seen the video on nouns so well that he or she has spotted a couple of typos. This makes me very happy. That shows how much you are improving because correction of errors is the best way to make your language better. Let us now start with our discussion on non-finite verbs. The verb has a root form, as I explained in great detail in the video of lexical verbs number 1. If you have problems with that, go back to the lexical verbs number 1 and then you will find a detailed explanation. The root of the verb is not used as a verb ever. To, to, plus the bare verb in its present tense. The verb as we use it in the present tense with a to in front. This is called the infinitive of the verb. Infinitive, that means the root, the point from which all the verbs come. From the root of the verb, we get tense forms, present and past. We don't get the future. Future is got only by adding a helping verb, an auxiliary verb. But the present and past are derived from the tense form present, tense past, derived from the root. That explanation also is there. Now, two other forms are also derived from it, and these are called present participle, verb plus ing, and past participle, that is verb plus ed in case of regular verbs, and a verb in a changed form or the same form in case of irregular verbs. So verbs are classified into regular, irregular based on this. All these I have explained in an entire video. So today I will not waste any time on that. As you are watching this video, if you have questions, go back to that video and watch that. So the non-finite forms of the verb are to plus verb, that is one non-finite form, verb plus ing, that is one more non-finite form, and verb plus ed or the past participle form, that is another of the non-finite forms. These three forms are always non-finite. Present and past participle can become finite if we use them with helping verbs. Suppose you use the helping verb is, was, are, am, were, then it becomes a tense form. It becomes a finite verb. So with the addition of a helping verb, present participle can be made into a finite continuous tense. Past participle can be made into a finite perfect tense by adding have, has, or had, the have verbs. So this is, only when you add a helping verb, they become finite. Otherwise, they are non-finite. Being is non-finite, been is non-finite. Those are the forms of to be. So to be is the root, being is the present participle, been, B-E-E-N, B-E-I-N-G, being, present participle, B-E-E-N, past participle. Have, to have is the form, then you use the present participle, having, and having is usually used as non-finite. We rarely use having as a finite verb. Many of you have asked me to tell you about have had together. I will do a video on that. Today I'm telling you that having form in the non-finite is more common. In the finite form, it is not very common. If you say, I'm having a house, I'm having a book, I'm having a pen, I'm having some time, these are not the correct uses of the verb having. Having non-finite use is correct. Then you come had, the past tense, past participle, same form. So had it can also be used. Similarly, all the forms of the verbs, whichever verb I have shown you in the 5 lessons of lexical verbs, there are plenty of verbs for you to try it out. The finite forms in one chart, non-finite forms in the other chart. To plus verb, present participle, past participle. These are the 3 forms of non-finite verbs. Now, how are the non-finite verbs used in the sentence? If they are not used as a verb, then which part of speech are they used as? I'm sure you want to ask that question, that they are not verbs, they cannot be used as verbs. Then how are they used? They are used either as a noun or as an adjective. Used as a noun or as an adjective. We can use the ing form as a noun. Whenever the present participle is used as a noun, it has a special name, and that name is gerund. Many of you have asked to know about a gerund. You said, Madam, please give a video on gerunds. So here is the video. A gerund is a non-finite verb, verb plus ing, present participle, used in a sentence as a noun. That is the definition of a gerund. Now let us see some examples of a gerund. The gerund, because it is a noun, it can come as the subject of the sentence before the verb, or it can come as the object of the sentence after the verb. These are the 2 positions in which a gerund can come. And gerund is only present participle, not past participle. The present participle used as a noun in a sentence, either as a subject or as an object, is called a gerund. I hope that is clear. Those of you who are writing notes from grammar videos, you have told me, please note this definition of a gerund. Now some examples of a gerund. I prefer walking. I is the subject, prefer is the verb. Now you prefer what? The question what usually gets the answer in the form of a noun. So then walking is noun. Prefer is also a transitive verb. Therefore, it cannot be complete without a noun. It needs a noun. But here, instead of saying I prefer apples or I prefer oranges, you are saying I prefer walking. Walk is a verb. Walking is its present participle. But since it is not I am walking, you are walking, we will be walking, they were walking. Those are tense forms. Remove the helping verb, it becomes non-finite. It becomes a gerund. Then, I enjoy skating. Skate also is a verb. Here, skating, ing form, is being used as the object of the sentence. I is subject, enjoy is verb, enjoy again is transitive verb, therefore you require to give an object. The object comes in the form of a non-finite verb. It acts as a noun, it is not a noun, it is a verb, but its function is the noun function. We call it a gerund. Now, same two uh, gerunds, we shall use them as the subject of the sentence. I can say, first we said, I prefer walking. Now I'm saying, walking is good for health. Walking comes in front of the verb. Verb is. So walking is good for health. Good for health is the rest of the sentence. We call it as the predicate. The sentence can be broken into subject, predicate. I will do a video on that also, maybe sometime later. Now we say that, we have used I prefer walking, object position. Walking is good for health, subject position. Same form, both present participles, both used as nouns. One's a subject and one's an object. Then you have skating is very enjoyable. Skating is the subject and is very enjoyable. That is your predicate. So skating, again, same form. I enjoy skating and skating is enjoyable. These are two subject-object positions. Then you can say, I love eating. I love eating. Eating here is not I am eating, you are eating. That is the tense form. Here, eating is used as non-finite. That is the object position. Eating makes you lazy. Now, if you eat a huge meal, obviously, you don't want to work. So, eating is used here. Eating makes you lazy. Make is the verb here. Then you have the subject eating, which is a gerund. You might have seen on cigarette packets, it's written, smoking is injurious to health. So you say smoking is, immediately you have the form, uh, you know, verb there. You can also say cigarette smoking is injurious to health. In either case, you are using smoking as a gerund. Then you should stop smoking. You should stop. Should stop is the verb. You is the subject. Smoking is the object. Again, it's a gerund. This ing form is not a verb, it is a non-finite verb acting as a noun. So we call it as a gerund. Then singing is my hobby. Singing comes before the verb, acts as the subject of the sentence. So you say singing is my hobby. Then you have everyone likes singing. Everyone likes singing. Then you have the form that singing is used in the form of as a noun. Now, the non-finite form, that is to+verb, that also can be used as a noun. We don't, I didn't include it here because that is the non-finite usage. Non-finite. Instead of saying, I like singing, I can say, I like to sing. Again, like is there. To sing becomes the object in this sentence, but you are using a non-finite form. The infinitive of the verb is used. It is used as a noun, and there you have to use the other usage, and that is the participle and the non-finite usage. So we complete gerund, ing form, using the subject or the object position in a sentence acting as a noun. That gerund is complete. Now we have the non-finite usage, to plus verb, or we have the present participle used as an adjective. Now this is different from the gerund. It's called participle use. How is the participle used? Participle can be used in two ways. It can be used as an adjective. It can be used as a noun also. Similarly, infinitive can be used as an adjective. It can also be used as a noun. So I said, I like to sing. There it is a noun. Or you say, I like to sing songs. Where songs is the noun, to sing becomes an adjective. The function is the adjective function. The word is not an adjective. The word is still a verb, but it is a non-finite verb. So the non-finite form has gerund, participle, infinitive. We completed gerund. Now I'm talking to you about the infinitive. The infinitive can come in the form of a noun in a sentence. To walk is a good hobby. So you say to walk. Instead of saying walking is a good hobby, to walk is a good hobby. To walk is my habit. To walk in the morning is my habit. All these forms you can use with the to infinitive, where the to infinitive is not a verb. It is a non-finite verb. It cannot be described as a verb, but it can be described as a noun or adjective. Noun if it comes in front of the verb or behind the verb immediately. Adjective if it comes in front of a noun, the noun immediately follows it. This is the position. The participle can be present participle, just now as we saw in gerund. But the difference is that the present participle is used as an adjective, and the past participle is also used as an adjective. These we call as participle use. ing form or ed form used in the as an adjective. That usage is the participle usage. So where the gerund is always a noun, the participle is an adjective, and infinitive has both forms, the noun form and also the adjective form. So these two parts of speech, noun and adjective, are carried out by the non-finite verbs. Let us now see some examples of the infinitive and the present and past participle used as an adjective. We have used present participle as noun in gerund. Now we are going to use it as an adjective. To learn English, we need to practice regularly. To learn English. To learn is qualifying a noun, English. Therefore, it becomes an adjective. We need to practice. We is the subject, to learn English, we need to practice. To practice becomes a noun usage because regularly is not a noun. Regularly is an adverb. I have already completed adverbs, so you already know that regularly is an adverb. Therefore, it doesn't have a noun behind it. Its function is the noun function. Then we have, do you have some good walking shoes? Now, we used walking as a gerund, you remember. I like walking, I prefer walking, walking is my hobby, or walking is good for health. All these walking we used as a noun. Now we are using walking, ing form, as an adjective. Shoes is the noun, and description, walking shoes. So it becomes an adjective. Participle usage, ing form and ed form, both present and past participle, are used as an adjective. That is what you have to remember. So here is an example. Do you have some good walking shoes? Do you have some good walking shoes? Good is adjective, walking is adjective, shoes is noun, and walking is non-finite verb. So it's a verb acting as an adjective. Then you have playing games is a nice pastime. Playing is a nice pastime. If you say, it becomes a gerund. Playing games. Games is the noun. You're using playing as an adjective. So obviously it has, it is a participle. The adjective use of ing is always participle. The ed form does not have a noun use, it only has adjective use. So the past participle is always the adjective function, non-finite verb. And the infinitive can do the function of both noun and adjective. The present participle can do the function of both noun and adjective. When it is a noun, we call it a gerund. When it is an adjective, we call it a participle. These are the three non-finite forms. I have repeated myself many times. I hope it is clear, because non-finite verbs, verbs which do not act like verbs, create a lot of problems for learners of the second language, any language. It's a difficult thing. Therefore, it needs a lot of practice. When you read the paper tomorrow, or when you read, what descriptions I have given, now there are 80 videos possibly. So you have 80 paragraphs of descriptions. Each video has a description. When you read them, try to see if you find any non-finite verbs in them. Do you find some finite verbs? In the comments, many of you have said, Madam, you are using many phrases. You are using many clauses. So would you like to tell us about them? I will make a video on phrases and clauses soon. Similarly, you need to find how they are used. He was requested to play the guitar. He was requested is the verb, he is the subject. To play the guitar. Now, the guitar is the object. Noun is already there. In front of it, non-finite form comes to play. So, to play becomes an adjective. It has both adjective function and noun function. So, here, to play is infinite. That is the infinitive. We have two forms of infinitive. Today I'm only talking to you about the to infinitive. To plus the verb in its present tense form. The actors decided to continue the shooting. Now, the actors is the subject, decided is the verb, to continue is used, the shooting. The shooting is, taking the movie. That is the noun. So to continue here, which is qualifying the noun, becomes an adjective. And therefore, to plus verb is used as an adjective, non-finite usage, and it is the infinitive. Then you can have another sentence one. The actors thought of continuing the shooting. Now you're using ing form. The actors thought of continuing the shooting. So here continuing ing form is used as the adjective. We call it as a participle. So you used both the infinitive and the participle in the adjective position. Infinitive can be used both as a noun and adjective. Gerund can only be used as a noun. Participle can only be used as an adjective. I hope you have enough clarity on this. There was a loud knock on the door, enough to disturb the meeting. There was a loud knock on the door, enough to disturb the meeting. Now, to disturb is the non-finite form. The meeting is noun. So it is again adjective usage. So instead, you can say, someone came disturbing the meeting. Someone came in disturbing the meeting. So disturbing, ing form, used as an adjective for the noun meeting. It is participle. So why I'm doing them together is because in one sentence, it is the infinitive which is the adjective. In another sentence, similar word, it is the participle which is the adjective. So the present participle is used here as an adjective. Dancing classes are held in this hall. Now you have dancing and then you have noun classes. Just before verb, you have classes. So that is the subject. Dancing describes the kind of classes. So here you are using the participle as an adjective. A mechanic has to repair my car. Repair, to repair is used as an adjective. My car is already there, that is the noun. Therefore, to repair is the adjective usage of the infinitive. There is the mechanic repairing my car. There is the mechanic. You point out to the mechanic, repairing my car. Again, you're using ing form, you're using it as an adjective, it becomes a participle. So the infinitive and the participle, both of them show the usage of the adjective form. They are non-finite. The baker was asked to make a birthday cake. A birthday cake, that is the noun. So to make becomes the adjective form. And then you have the baker is busy making the birthday cake. So to make now changes. The baker is busy making. Is already verb is there. You don't need another verb. So this is non-finite and that is a participle usage because it is the adjective form. Then you have, we met an educated man. Educated, educate is the verb form. Educated is the past participle form. So man, description for man, educated man. This is a completed project. Completed is the adjective, project. I have completed, you have completed. That is the form of the tense, finite verb. Non-finite completed past participle is used. Completed project. Project is the noun. Description is completed. Past participle being used as an adjective. Again, we call it as participle. Whether it is present or past participle, the usage as an adjective always has the name participle. We were asked to complete the project. Here you are using to complete. To complete is used as an adjective. Then someone was looking for hidden treasure. Someone was looking. If you read the book Treasure Island, you will find how they are looking for hidden treasure. Famous book, Treasure Island. So someone was looking for hidden treasure. Hidden, hide, hidden. These are all verbs. They become finite when you have. I have hidden, you have hidden, they had hidden. Finite form. But hidden treasure, non-finite usage, where hidden is past participle used to qualify the noun treasure and therefore it is an adjective. So in this way you find that the non-finite verb is a verb which does not act as a verb. It can act as a noun or an adjective, When ing form acts as a noun, it is called a gerund. When ing or ed, that is present participle or past participle, act as adjective, they are called participles. When the infinitive, that is to+V, acts either or as a noun or a adjective, then it is called an infinitive. All these three are the non-finite forms. Please watch the video many times if you find it difficult. Students usually say that infinitives, non-finite, very, very difficult. So if you know them, it will help, because construction of sentences, combining sentences together, breaking sentences into different parts, phrases, clauses, everything requires non-finite verbs. So non-finite is a foundation for all transformations which you do. Many examination questions, many times the way people speak, often have the use of non-finites. So if you become good at them, your English improves. Once more, let me repeat the 5 square mantra which we have. That is to subscribe and to share and to watch and to like and comment. Thank you very much and all the best.